Alright, so we're back here at the hangar. I've covered the 109E and the F4. I've not covered the G14, G2, G6, K4. And so we'll go ahead and take a look here. Each one of these airframes flies completely differently. And I don't have as much experience flying the G14s or the K4s. I've flown the E4s a bit, the F4s primarily, G2s, G6s, and K4s on occasion. We'll go ahead and take a look. See there, we've got normal fuel loadout. We've got a 300-liter drop tank, a 250-kilogram general-purpose bomb, 2 air-to-air rockets. They fly out to about a K and explode. You can load gondolas, an extra pair of 20mm cannons. This will lower your roll rate. That'll make you more sluggish, but you got more firepower, so you do have to pay for that somehow. Now our first gun package is a single 20mm MG-151 with 200 rounds and 2 13mm machine guns. Then we have a single Mark 108 with the Spud gun, 65 rounds, and the same loadout of MGs. And then another 20mm package, but with 50 less 20mm rounds. Typically I like to run the 20mm because I can't hit a damn thing with a 30mm. And we're going to take it out with a 25%, and we won't load any of this extra business on here. Know that if you fire these rockets, you'll have them hanging off the side, so you've got extra drag. If you carry the gondolas, you'll lose a lot of it'll be drag as well. And of course, you want to get rid of your drop tank and all that jazz. Now for me, one of the biggest problems with flying this airframe is forward visibility. To me, it's very restricted. I fly a lot of aircrafts, American and British. They're pretty open in the front. The 109s are very, very restricted. So you're having to keep your peripheries clear a lot of the time, just because you have minimal sight distance within the front of your aircraft. And one of my biggest pet peeves is these big knobbies up here for the machine guns. I believe they're for the machine guns. I could be wrong, but regardless, the F4 doesn't have them. G2, G6, G14, and K4 all have them. Could be wrong about that, but most of those aircraft do. The E4 and the F4 don't have these big blisters here in the front. So you have to watch yourself when you start to take off. You also have these slats. All the 109s have the slats. And to me, they're like the most annoying things ever. They pop exactly when you don't need them to, and they're worthless to me. They deploy at low speed to give you extra lift, and what ends up normally happening is just about the time you're going to make a shot, they pop and they toss your airplane around, and you miss. We're going to get up a little altitude here. Roll to the right. Now that stuff being said, if you learn how to fly these airframes, there's nothing you can't hit, there's nothing you can't kill. 20mm is more than enough to zap anybody that's moving, and the 600 rounds of 13mm is enough to kill anybody as well. They got a lot of aircraft. Let's take it through a roll here, see what it'll do. Good and smooth, about 250. Go ahead and pick it up, get a little bit of airspeed. A good whip. Alright, you have a temperature gauge, oil pressure, fuel, climb rate, accelerometer actually, climb rate, manifold I want to say. Yeah, manifold pressure. RPMs, airspeed, altimeter, compass, artificial horizon, clock. On your deal, you'll notice already it's in kilometers, but it doesn't actually measure in kilometers. It's actually thousands of feet, to the best of my knowledge. But you can already tell here, it's you see that the zero's at the bottom instead of being at the top. And you see here it's 10,000. This is telling me that I just passed through 10,000 feet. As you got the zero, now see, you slowly see the 10,000 start to rotate to the right, and 20,000 will appear. See, now I'm 11,000, 11,500, 600, 7, 8, 9, and now 12,000. So now what we're going to do, roll over the top, very smooth. We're going to begin a dive. I think about 400 is compression for this airframe. We're going to just maintain a little bit of turn. You see when it starts to stiffen. There's 450, 475. Alright, I've got it before it went very far, but about 500. If you go past 500, you're going to compress. About 450, 475 is when you're going to really compress. I'm going to go ahead and zoom it. Good rear road visibility. Left and right is excellent. You just have to watch them as they come across you, because you got those big knobbies, and you don't have very much sight room around your gun sight itself. Go ahead and roll over the top. We'll take it through some hills here. I'm trying to make it snap roll here. There was a snap roll. Now you'll hear those popping, the slats themselves out there on the leading edge of the wings. I hate slats. I hate them. They cause the most trouble ever. I wish you could just duct tape them down. But that's about as much as I can show you with a 109. As I'm not as familiar with it, I haven't flown them as much, especially these models. So that would be excellent climb rate. It's maneuverable. I mean, you can go against a lot of guys. It flaps really well, and a number of guys use these aircraft extremely successfully. So the deal to do would be to find somebody in the main arenas that knows how to fly this airframe, and just stick to them like glue. Just go through the motions with them, ask them questions, that kind of jazz. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that runs a G2 primarily. Most of the 109 guys fly all the 109s, not just one particular airframe. They fly all of them. Come here for a landing. A little bit fast. Solid airframe. One I don't fly very much, unless a scenario or maybe squad ops or something like that. But still a good solid airframe. One that'll bring you home. It's fast. It dives like a son of a gun. You got to watch your compression, but I mean, at 500 miles an hour, you got to watch your compression on almost every airframe, except for a Brewster. We'll jump right into the next airframe.